my God, what a
What's up, guys? This is
disaster.
Jordan Dominique of Material XYZ coming to you with a shoe review today of a recent pickup that I got here during quarantine. This is going to be a shoe that I think is a sleeper as far as the hype. It's going to be increasing here in value in the next couple of months, and we'll get into the reasons as to why I believe that. But before I do, I want you guys to go ahead and give this video a like because it helps out a lot for other people to view the content of the same material. And also definitely subscribe to the channel if you are new and this is your first time. Just to give you the quick rundown, Material XYZ is going to be a channel that's dedicated to music, fashion, and where those two realms intersect each other. I am deeply involved in both of those worlds and want to create a community where we can freely explore those two mediums of art and where they intersect, and just explore all of those realms of possibilities of creativity in that aspect. So with that being said, everybody who subscribes and is down with that is much appreciated. But let's go ahead and get right into the review here. All right, so today we are reviewing the Nike X Stussy Spiridon Cage Kukini collaboration that we have here. This is a shoe that I personally was very excited about because of this right here, this Kukini caging system that replaces traditional laces. When I first saw the original Air Kukinis that released in the early 2000s, I believe, I instantly fell in love with the shoe. I thought it was so revolutionary. I thought that it was cool, experimental. It looked like some kind of an alien symbiote. It reminded me of Venom from Spider-Man. It looked like that was like crawling up your body or something like that, which I think is really cool and can definitely aid in some futuristic and tech wear silhouettes. So I wanted to get my hands on the original version of the shoe, but when I went to look for Air Kukinis, I saw that most of them were busted or just really old. I couldn't find any in my size that were nice and good quality, that weren't used or something like that really bad. And then a lot of the reiterations that came out after the original Kukinis honestly look really bad. They look like Walmart water shoes. So like I wasn't gonna do anything with those. Like honestly, if you look up some of the Kukinis that came out since the original, they're really bad and cheap. They just look cheap. That being said, the first streetwear to actually make a collaboration with the Kukinis was actually Comme des Garçons in the early 2000s, and that's funny because they were actually the first high fashion or streetwear company to collaborate with Nike in general, I believe, when they came out with their collaboration on the Shocks in the late 90s. So that's a little cool extra little piece of information. But how that translates back to these is that this is the first iteration of anything with the Kukini system that has been done tastefully since the original ones came out, in my personal humble opinion. So when they came out, when they announced that they were being made, I was really excited to go ahead and check them out, try and go for it. But I'll be honest with you, my money wasn't right on the day of launch, and I just wasn't really in the mood to fight the competition, or if there was going to be a rush of people coming to get them. So I honestly, on pickup day, I didn't go for retail for them. But a few weeks passed and I had honestly forgotten about them, but I was just perusing through GOAT and happened to see them on my just came out feed or something. So I was like, oh, let me just go look at them. And the price that I saw them for was really, really decent. So I was like, okay, I had it at the time, so I went ahead and grabbed them. And yeah, I was glad that I was able to get them for the price that I was, because I think that these shoes are going to increase in value here over the next couple of months. I think that they're a sleeper in that department, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. The first reason why would definitely be because of the lacing system. As I said before, this is something that we haven't seen implemented in many shoes on Nike at all, and we haven't seen this kind of a thing done much in general. So that's going to be cool once people realize that this shoe exists. And it hasn't been done that often on many of their shoes at all. It hasn't been done tastefully, like I was saying either. Secondly, because this is a Nike Stussy collaboration, so that, I mean, you know, that carries weight in general. That's something that I was surprised that it didn't go up in higher in value on resale just off of that alone, but that's okay. And you know, hey, that's a come up for me, because like I was saying, once people realize the exclusivity of shoes that even have this system as far as what a Nike has made, plus the fact that it's a collaboration with Stussy, that is going to slowly but surely raise the value of these shoes. So I'm very excited about it. Now, getting into the actual construction of the shoe itself, I love the shape of this silhouette. It's really, really, really a beautiful shoe. A very sporty build to it and very aerodynamic. Let's see here. Of course, you got the Kukini lacing system, which is made of a polyurethane, I believe, that is really, really cool. You know, I worry about stretching it when I get in and out of the shoe, but I'm sure that, you know, it's been tested to have the dexterity to withstand that stretching. And I haven't experienced any issues with it just yet, even though I just got the shoe. The upper is constructed of this, on the outside, this nice like mesh. It's got like a foam with hole inserts in the bottom, like perforated foam, and then you have a mesh overlay that seems very, very durable, which is pretty awesome. Because, you know, when you look at a shoe that's this that looks this breathable, you worry about how strong it'll be. But this one, I don't think I'll have any issues with that. On the inside, we have this, they call it light cactus color, like honeycombing of nylon, I would assume. That's really cool. I just love that pattern on there. I think it adds to that alien aesthetic of it. Looks like cells or something, like from a beehive. So that's really cool. You got this overlay holding down the Kukini system. We have the patent leather back with the Nike hit, which is really cool. The Stussy hit right here on the tongue, showing the dual collaborative branding on there. And then we have the Zoom technology here in the sole with the Spiridon caging system that they just implemented this year with the Stussy collab. I'm pretty sure we're the first ones that did it, and then they came out with some regular ones that had that technology in there. We have the Zoom pod in the bottom that you can see through. This is my first pair of shoes that has an exposed Zoom system in it. I'm pretty sure Nike SB Dunks have Zoom technology in them, but this is the only one. This is the first one where I'm able to see it, and it just looks really cool and interesting in there. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look up a little bit more about that technology itself. And then you have the Zoom Air at the bottom, letting you know that it is in there. Something that was my biggest concern about the shoe was actually the Phyllite sole, the midsole, and then the part of the outsole here. I was worried about this material because, one, I was just worried that it would look a little tacky, but it doesn't. It does look actually good quality. The my other worry about it is just damage, because I feel like it seems like a very porous material, that if it gets a nick in it, maybe will absorb liquid. So I think about, you know, if I get it scuffed up and then walk into a puddle, is this going to absorb the coloration of the water from that puddle? So that's a minor concern of mine that I have just with that construction. But it seems, I mean, you know, once again, these are people who they manufacture good quality stuff here, and they do take these things into consideration for most times. That's a silent concern of my own that I have. And here again, you have Stussy branding on the bottom on this more traditional vulcanized rubber outsole on the back. That is just, I think that this shoe is a very good combination of elegance, sportiness, technology. It looks like a fine racing car. But yeah, very excited about the shoe. On feet, they are very comfortable. A little heavier than I expected. I was actually surprised at the weight of these shoes. But it's very, very, it's a nice feeling shoe on your foot. You feel nice, secure. Feels like good quality material on there. It doesn't feel like it's gonna get torn up or anything like that. So I'm excited to test them out. Go for a walk in them. I am worried about with this nice crispy white sole. I don't want to get that messed up, but hey, such is life. And I know I was mentioning the value of the shoe and everything, how I think that's going to increase, but I don't see myself personally selling these shoes just because it's such a beautiful pair, and I've been waiting to get myself on something with the Kokini lacing system for a while. Something better comes out that I can replace it with, I might think about it, but as for right now, I'm definitely going to be holding on to these and keeping them in my personal rotation. But that concludes everything that I have to say about the shoe. So definitely thank you for checking out the review. I did want to take this time to make a mention that in my future videos, I will always be talking about value of specific pieces and garments and shoes and how I think that their projections are going to do. And I do oftentimes buy things that I think will appreciate in value. I want you to know that I don't do that because I am strictly about resale. I've actually never sold anything that I've bought. I do that because I don't necessarily believe that intrinsic value of art is linked to money. But when we are talking about functional pieces of art like garments, that monetary value does play an important role in judging the value of it, and the artistic integrity is also sometimes measured, or people's appreciation of an artist or what they create is sometimes measured by what they are willing to pay for them. So that is the reason that I bring up the value of it and whether I think it's going to depreciate, because I think that's important to discuss in any realm of art. When you're talking about an auction, they talk about predictions of what something's been valued at, the intrinsic value of something, and how they view it will appreciate and depreciate. Do I believe in bot world, you know, super resale fest like hype boys? Like, no, I'm not in that realm at all. I am a person who appreciates fashion, good quality things, and I think that as time goes on, you know, things should appreciate in value if it is good quality, a good quality piece. So that's why I bring that up for any confusion. I know some people have mixed feelings about talking about price and how you think something's going to do on the resale market, but I think that's an important aspect of fashion as we move forward. It's going to be something that we are forced to pay attention to. So thank you for checking out the video. Definitely give me a comment down below. What do you think of the shoes? Do you like them? Are they trash? Are they hideous? Should I just throw them in the garbage right now? Are you going to be getting a pair of them? What do you think of the Kokini lacing system, and have you ever used that before? And if you haven't already, please go, if you made it this far and you haven't given it a like, I don't know why you haven't, but it does help out the channel a lot so that more people like-minded like you and me can see this video if they care to do such. So I appreciate everybody who gives it a like. And if you're new to the channel, by all means, like I said at the beginning of the video, please subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more content about fashion, music, and everything in between coming to you from Material XYZ. My name is Jordan Dominique. I appreciate your attention, and I want you to have a great rest of your day. Peace out.